So, but now I would really like to welcome our next stage speaker, Victoria Kiriaki from British Council. She is the Education and Society Coordinator for the British Council in Greece. Yeah, sure, please. And well, you are here to tell us more about the CooPower project, which has been run in parallel. It's another of the projects that has been funded by the DigiGrow in this call. For us, it was very important from the beginning. Also, I must say that we have a very good relationship with British Council, especially in Greece, with our colleagues, and they're very pleased. And from the beginning, we were aiming to coordinate our both projects. At the moment that we coordinated both ideas, and we were going to do this and we were going to do that, and then finally COVID happened, as always, and we were not. But it's a real pleasure for us to have you here, and the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here. As Jose said, I'm Victoria. I work for the British Council. I'm based at the Athens office in Greece. So I'm here to talk about our. I think we've got. Okay. Can you hear me now? Is it better? So I'm here to talk about our project CooPower. I'm going to skip the first two slides so we don't lose any more time. However, this is pretty good for Greek standards. So, okay. So the British Council is an international organization that works on building connections, understanding, and trust worldwide. We have a social enterprise global program that promotes the development of social economy to help address social, economic, and environmental problems and deliver positive change for our communities. Regarding the CooPower project, our main objective was to promote cooperatives and social enterprises as an alternative, inclusive, and innovative approach to tackle youth unemployment, addressing young people regardless of their social, economic, or educational background. And we were funded by the DigiGrow as well. The specific objectives of the project were to raise awareness about cooperatives and social enterprises as viable career choices for young people, to explore effective approaches through the media for changing the perspective and cultural perception about cooperative and social economy in the partner countries we worked at, to promote cooperative and social economy as a movement and the new approach, and not as a sector as such, preventing it from being dispersed across different laws in different countries, and to provide young people not in education and employment with opportunities, alternatives, and hope, through engaging them in activities that will help them unite with other young people and network, develop skills, and get support for their ideas. Now, our direct beneficiaries, as I said, were young people, specifically two groups of young people. The young people that participated in our CooPathons, which were NEETs, young people not in employment, education, or training. And the other group of direct beneficiaries were young people with background in journalism and social media communications, who formed a group of young journalists in each of the partner countries. Our project consortium consisted of the British Council with its offices in Cyprus, Greece, and Hungary, the General Secretariat for Professional Education, Training, Lifelong Learning and Youth of the Ministry of Education in Greece, the Stepri Science and Technology Park of the University of Rijeka in Croatia, and we had an advisory board consisting of the Youth Board of Cyprus, the Hellenic Manpower Employment Organization, and the Ministry of Science and Education in Croatia. Other stakeholders were, of course, social entrepreneurs from the project partner countries in the UK, the media, especially the ones focused on youth, youth organizations, governmental bodies, donors, and British High Commission. Now, for our main activities were the creation of a team of young journalists. As I said before, we recruited a team of 12 people from the partner countries, and their aim was to raise public awareness of what social economy is and spread the word about the career opportunities in the field. The team took part in an intensive training course, which included sessions on social economies around the world and sessions about developing their skills around journalism, like conducting interviews, recording and editing footage, and other solution journalism techniques. They also attended the Social Enterprise World Forum in 2020, and they reported on the project events, specifically and more widely on social economy and cooperativism in their countries through interviews, articles, podcasts, etc. Our other main activity was the CooPathons. CooPathons were a series of startup hackathon-like workshops where young people or beneficiaries were invited to work in teams and develop innovative ideas for social enterprises. The participants firstly received training on the principles of cooperativism and social economy, and had the chance to develop their critical thinking, creativity, and team working skills. And we had 8 CooPathons, 3 in Greece, 2 in Cyprus, 2 in Croatia, and 1 in Hungary, where the teams connected and developed business ideas with social impact. And then we had 3 country finals, where the teams pitched their ideas in a jury committee. We also developed some extra activities that were not firstly planned, but due to COVID, we had the time to do that. So in Cyprus, we also had a workshop and an additional CooPathon in cooperation with the United Nations. We had live discussions on Facebook on social economy with local NGO, and we also had a local study visit where participants could go and meet and visit some of the local social economy organizations. In Greece, we also had live discussions on Facebook with social entrepreneurs there, sharing their good practices. We also had 2 workshops on social economy for students of the vocational schools of the Manpower Employment Organization. And we had another 3 workshops for the participants of the CooPathons on more specific subjects, like funding, etc. And in Croatia, we also had the local study visits to the local stakeholders there. Now, for our final activities, we have a virtual study visit that is taking place right now. It was originally planned to take place in the UK, so participants could go there and meet some of the local social economy enterprises. But due to COVID, of course, we had to create it online. So we produced a platform where the winners of its national country final and the team of young journalists can visit and have the opportunity to take a virtual tour, learn more about the cooperatives, the UK cooperatives, and also have networking sessions with them one-to-one. And our last activity is our final event, which will take place next week on the 24th November. It is an online conference bringing together social economy stakeholders around Europe. We will present our project results and showcase some good practices. And we will have 2 panel discussions, one with young people sharing their stories and the challenges they face, and one with policymakers presenting the situation in the project countries, the EU, Greece, Croatia, and Cyprus. So some key results from our project. As I said, we formed a group of 12 young journalists who created 25 pieces of content. We had 9 hackathons with 400 participants. We held 7 workshops with 200 participants. We had over 45 ideas for social enterprises. We engaged with over 50 social economy entrepreneurs as mentors, juries, speakers from the project countries. And we reached over 500,000 people via social media, interviews, articles, newsletters, etc. And finally, some key messages that derive from our program is the need to unite our voices with others. We found that creating partnerships, networking is the only way to reach as many people as possible, with the hope to open new horizons for offering decent jobs to young people and achieve social impact. With regards to the pandemic, all our activities had to be adapted digitally, so we had to gain flexibility, but without having any discounts in the objective and impact we wanted to have. So the pandemic highlighted the need for solidarity and cooperation, and brought out the willingness of young people to not work in isolation, but in a cooperative way. This brings us to the contact theory. We believe that young people recognize the value of networks and teamwork and collaboration. So cooperative and social economy is a good alternative for their employability. And as for the future steps, most young people that participated in our activities are still working on their ideas and express the interest to realize them. So we are looking into further ways to support them through networking, collaboration, skills development activities, and whatever we can do to help them in their future steps. So that's it from me.
Okay.
Thank you.
It was great hearing from this outstanding project. Also, that I'm sure that you also see a lot of synergies with the work that we've been doing. I'm pretty confident that what we should do is together also reach the rest of the projects that have been funded by DigiGrow in this goal, and keep finding the synergies. So that's a task that we have. I say both of us, because we are really connected. And now we will get some questions also from our audience. We have, for example, I will take one question which is coming online. This is by Anabel Favreau from DG Enterprise, from the regional government of Extremadura in Spain.
Yeah.
She's asking, the hackathon is a model that is now widely used. Any tips from your experience to make it really stand out from the crowd? And could you also specify if the hackathons were developed online / face-to-face?
Yes, hackathons were developed online. The original plan, of course, was to have them face-to-face, but they happened in the heart of the pandemic, so lockdowns everywhere, and we had them online. So the important factor, I think, was to have really interactive sessions as much as we could, so people could participate as more as possible, have very good facilitators that can engage them into conversation, have small groups, have small working teams, and people coming in, mentoring, sharing their good practices, feeding in ideas, so they can get inspired as much as possible. I think that's the most important thing. So if we have the chance, hopefully in the next few months, to do things face-to-face again, I think they would work even better.
Absolutely. And we will get 1 or 2 questions also from the audience here. Who wants to go first? Ivan.
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. So, Victoria, you've been working with NEETs, right? So, those young people not in employment, education, or training. Have you any plans in mind to sort of like stay in touch with them, track their, the future steps, because I suppose with this collective, it will be really important to know what's been the impact in the medium to long term of this excellent experience.
Well, I believe it is really important to see the impact of what we do in the long term. We do stay in touch with the teams. As I said, most of them have expressed an interest to continue developing their ideas. So we try to offer a networking environment for them. They come back to us with questions, and we try to connect them with the people who can provide answers. They have also developed a strong network among them, so they help each other. We have our plans locally, in Greece at least, include other programs that will work for the same subject. So we hope we have created a pool of young people that can continue working with us on the sector. So yes, we stay in touch.
So we have Dan and then Alessandro, and I think that will be it for
Thank you. A really good presentation and project. I'm just interested, as part of the hackathon, did any of the other people?
Is that okay now? Just as working with the hackathons and with young people, I'm just interested, did any of them identify kind of green projects that they wanted to try and take forward? So you were looking for innovative ideas. I'm just interested to hear if there were any energy-related projects.
Well, they were. I'm sure. I think environment and climate change, climate crisis ideas are the top topics that young people want to work around. I cannot think of a specific one at the moment, but I'm sure I can share some with you at a later stage. Sorry, it doesn't come to mind at this point. No, but I can share with you some of the ideas. Yes.
And we can get Alessandro have to go this question, and with this we will finish. Thank you so much, Alessandro. Okay. Hear me? Yes, this is Alessandro Rossi from the University of Trento. Thanks for your presentation. I wonder whether you can share some of your experience in engaging and evolving existing cooperatives in these activities, both in the initial phases, like challenge providers, or maybe just coaching and offering their expertise, or maybe just mingling their people as long life learner in these hackathons. And also for the follow-up of the projects, where sometimes students, teams, might be very difficult for them to translate ideas, brilliant ideas, into a convincing go-to-market strategy. So I wonder whether you were successful also involve existing cooperative as partners for this go-to-market strategy. Thank you.
For the duration of the project, involving local cooperative social economy actors actually was pretty easy. The sector is really willing to cooperate, to act as, to share good practices, to be involved in discussions, to mentor people. So I think in every country participating, it was really, they were really accessible. They were really willing to cooperate and share their expertise. Now for the future steps, this is the biggest challenge, to realize the ideas, to take them to the next level. We had in some extra activities we did for the project, we tried to do some more focused workshops to try and bring cooperatives in and show the teams how to take the next steps, how to get funding, how to use incubators, how to manage their communications, etc. That is a more challenging thing, but still, I think the sector is really willing to cooperate and try and bring new ideas in and try to help young people to do that. So that is our next step, trying to support them in that.
Sure. And well, thanks a lot, Victoria. It's been a terrific presentation, and congratulations for the work and on the project. As I said, we need to be in touch with the rest of the project that has been around. Let me ask you also about just finally for your event, the online event that you're going to host. Is it going to be online, and is everybody can join because they're asking online also?
Yes, of course. You can go on our webpage and on our Facebook page, the Facebook page of British Council, and you can register. It's online. And it's 2 hours long on next Wednesday, I think, on the 24th. So yes, you're all very welcome.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Victoria. Big applause for you.
Thank you.